Guys, I might have to take this saw apart and clean it. Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to another awesome day here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. If this is your first time or your 50 millionth time here, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back. What we're gonna be doing today is a bit of trail building, and we're gonna be trail building with these guys. So in the back of the Honda Pioneer 1006 is a pile of electric chainsaws, battery powered chainsaws to be exact, and we're gonna walk you guys through and talk about each one of these saws. We're gonna do some comparison, and stick around to the end. We're gonna show you the Milwaukee pole saw at the very end. So lots of fun stuff to do, getting started building trails. So come along, let's have some fun.
I ain't afraid of work, I ain't afraid of play, I ain't afraid to get the job done and do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life, times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's right.
All right guys, welcome to the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. Again, hit that like button as you come in the door here. We've got a bunch of chainsaws, but before we start off talking about all these chainsaws and all the different features, let's go over here and look at the skid steer. So this is a Gale RT210 Gen 3. It has the ideal track system, which means it self-tensions the track, so you don't have to worry about losing a track. And this is the Wood Max wood chipper right here. So this is the discharge chute, and here's how we feed it. This is the MX9900 SS for skid steer, because it fits on a skid loader, skid steer, or compact track loader like this. The logs feed in right through here. It'll take up to 9-inch material, and you can see it all runs off the hydraulics on the skid loader. So right there, very, very simple. The chute is aimable, so we don't put all of our wood in one spot. It also has an awesome safety bar right here, so we can go a little faster if we want to. We can adjust our speed right there, or if there were to be a safety problem, we can hit this and it'll actually reverse whatever's in there. It won't sling it out at you, but it'll keep you from going in the wood chipper, which is pretty important. I guess if you're gonna fall in the wood chipper, they say aim it towards the river because it makes less of a mess. So what we gotta do is take those little electric chainsaws, and we're taking out stuff like this. This is a little hickory tree that's diseased. You can see it was rubbed by a deer probably 2 or 3 years ago, and through the forest, we will meander our way back and forth and find a trail system. So we're going right down the property line. You can see those are planted pines. That is the property line. Let's get over here. This is the property line. I want my trail to be on my property, so we're gonna be right over here building trail. What we're gonna be cutting down is not the big, pretty tall stuff. It's the old scraggly stuff, like this right here, and we'll leave the big, pretty tall trees. So the object of the game here is to test out these chainsaws and start making our way through the forest with a trail system to get to the back side of the farm over there where there's another cow pasture. Right now, I can't get over there. When we get done, we'll be able to drive a truck through here. Awesome. Let's test out some of these chainsaws. So you might be thinking, why in the world does Josh have this many chainsaws? Well, this is what I do, man. This is what I do for a living, is I show you this cool stuff. So this is the Milwaukee Fuel brushless chainsaw. Sounds good, sounds really, really good. It comes with the M18 HD 12.0 battery in there, and this battery is slap full. This will be the first time this saw has ever touched anything remotely looking like wood. Next saw that we have, again, another thing from Milwaukee. This is the Milwaukee handheld fuel saw right here. What model is it? Hatchet is what it's called. This is the M18, and it comes with the XC 3.0 battery. How many amp hours, milliamp hours is that? We're in a 3.0, there we go. The other one is a 12.0. That's a big battery. Let's hear this critter. Pretty cool. We do have another handheld chainsaw that you're gonna see right now. This is the steel, and this one's easy. The GTA 26, okay? A little bit smaller, you can definitely tell a difference. The Milwaukee pretty much eats that thing up. So this is a little beady guy, just a tiny, tiny thing. So over here, we've got a couple more. I'm kind of saving the best for last, so hang on. What I think is gonna be the best performer, but I may be let down, I don't know. This is a Toro battery powered chainsaw. This thing has a beast of a battery in it. And it's a torque monster. This has been used on the farm quite a bit. And this has the 60 volt max 2.5 amp hour battery. What is that? 2.5 amp hours, 135 watt hours. No idea how to compare that. Be nice if we could compare that number to the Milwaukee, but that's okay. Next, we have the Steel MSA 140C. Oh, I didn't pull the trigger on that one, did I? Here we go. A little slow to start. This is something that I use to cut a skidder tire. This thing is a beast, a torquey monster. All right, next, the Steel MSA 140C battery powered chainsaw. This is the battery pack. I've had this for around 2 years now and have used it quite a bit. It is sharp as it can be. This has a 187 watt hour, 4.8 amp hour battery, and it should be slap full. Has an indicator on there. Okay, good to go. Let's hear it. It's all right. Okay, next one is the Skill. Now, I had no idea that Skill made this saw. This is an awesome, it's I believe a 14-inch. Yep, 14-inch. This has the battery right here. It has an indicator to tell you how much battery life you've got. Push to release your battery. This one has a 2.5 amp hour, 40 volt, 100 watt hour battery. So the biggest, baddest battery is currently in the Toro. Next one, 2.5 amp hour battery. This is the Echo brushless DCS 2500T. T for top handle. This is a top handled saw, guys. Basically, these saws function just like any other saw. Let's go ahead and we'll check our battery. As an indicator right there, I've got several batteries for this. This little critter is a beast. We'll turn it on. It's got an on-off switch. None of the other saws have that. Pull this and listen. That's a pro grade saw. That feels like a pro saw to me. So what we got is a 2.5 amp hour. Whoop, let's turn it off. Battery. Oh, baby. Okay. 56 volt battery system, 2.5 amp hour. This battery fits all of the Echo lineup, I do believe, when it comes to battery powered saws. This one will be probably, my feeling is this is going to be the most handy saw to use. Again, it's a top handled saw, but you should still use both hands, and we are going to wear our safety equipment as we work here. Back there in the back is a Milwaukee fuel pole saw, and we'll get to that at the end of the video, so stick around. We're gonna go hop over in the woods and we're just gonna try out the first saw in the batch. So the first saw we'll use will be the Milwaukee handheld saw, and we'll compare that right now with the Steel GTA 26. So Milwaukee hatchet. Now, there's a difference here. The Milwaukee hatchet has a reservoir for us to put bar oil in, and the Steel is very small, okay? Really, really small saw. That's a guard, a protective guard, easily adjusted. You can tell your battery indicator right there. And this just comes with this little bottle, which I don't know really what I'm supposed to do with it, but I guess I'm supposed to put, it's a 50 cc bottle of multi-toil bio. So evidently it's a biological based oil for the chain. So I'm just gonna soak the chain down just like so, and we'll make a big mess on this thing. There we go. In my opinion, if you're gonna have a chainsaw, you should probably have a reservoir. Listen to them again. Okay, we get this guy filled up and head over in the woods. Now, we don't want stobs sticking up, so we don't want sticks sticking up like that to poke holes in our tires. So that's something to think about. But the first thing I'm gonna do, these are limbing saws. These are not saws meant to cut down big trees, okay? I do think that this one's going to outperform this one. I just think we have a lot smaller battery and a lot smaller machine right here. So this is 10.8 volts, 2.1 amp hours versus the 18 volt 3.0. Close, not apples to apples in my opinion. About 125 bucks, and I'll post it right across the screen what this critter costs. There'll be links to all this stuff too, guys. So first of all, let's try the Milwaukee. Don't need hearing protection, so let's just see what she does. Okay, and then we're gonna take a little steel and we'll try it. Yeah, there's a big difference there, for sure. Steel's all right. It's a good little saw to keep on your side-by-side. Doing good. It's not bogging down or anything like that. It's just a smaller handsaw. Let's take the Milwaukee over here, and we'll just put it up against the side-by-side comparison real quick. The steel. And the Milwaukee. Yeah, can make a nice set of coasters with that. And that is a far superior saw. Priced a little bit higher than the steel. All right, let's go get another saw. Subjective testing right here. Lightweight. The Echo DCS 2500T is extremely lightweight. Lighter than about apples to apples with the steel MSA 140C. Balance-wise, very well balanced saw, okay? Let's look at the MSA 140C real quick. Balance-wise, holding it, very, very well balanced, you can see. Again, safety, feels good. Let's feel the Milwaukee Fuel brushless. Balance-wise, feels good. This is a heavy saw. This is the heaviest of them all, I do believe. Let me pick up the Toro. Yeah, the Toro is pretty much apples to apples. I think both of these have a 16-inch bar on them. Very cool. Balance-wise, feels really good. Feels good in the hand. The grip has a rubberized coating on there. That feels really good. The other, the steel, it has one. It's not quite as robust as the Milwaukee. Now, the Toro has a good rubber grip on it. Again, good balance. Let's see. Very good, very well balanced saw. Just holding it from the middle there. And then the Skill, which would probably be the most modestly priced out of all of these, very well balanced also, okay? Let's just start with the Skill. I already ran this. I cut some hickory with it the other day, and it did pretty good, so we'll just get a feel for it. We'll drop a few of these little trees that we're gonna have to put in the chipper. Okay, this is just limbing. Felt good. Get down low. Very nice. Next one, let's go with the Steel MSA 140C. This is a pretty expensive little saw. I think I've got about 500 bucks in this little bitty saw. That's pretty expensive in my opinion, especially for an electric chainsaw. So our trail's gonna cut right through there. We'll go ahead and drop this little guy. We're just cutting brush, guys, so don't freak out, okay? Here we go. Oh, it bogged. It bogged down. Got some leaves trapped in there, and that bogged it down immediately. Really? Guys, I might have to take this saw apart and clean it. Come on, buddy. There it goes. I don't know. Bogged down pretty quick on that. Let's go ahead and try to cut the lower cut again. Yeah, it did good. Very lightweight. Good feel to it. We already lost one bar on the battery, so we'll test it against the other ones in just a second on a log. Onto the Toro. This is brushless also. It also has a filler, a pretty premium filler for your bar oil right there, and you can get a larger battery for this critter too. We'll go ahead and cut this one more time. Slow to pick up. In other words, This one is low and slow and torquey. We're gonna put all these side by side here in just a second and just cut. We'll do 3 cuts with every saw. Onward to the Milwaukee Fuel brushless. Let's just get a good feel for it. We'll go down low and cut. This is a bigger saw, guys. This feels like a big saw. You can tell. Lengthwise, this is almost as long as like a 24-inch bar gasoline-powered chainsaw. This will cut a load of firewood. There is no doubt in my mind. After feeling that, it will cut a load of firewood. This might be our shining star right here. Okay. Still feels really, really good. Let's get over here and cut a couple more. This one's fun. So this is all about the feel, what this saw feels like. This is about a 25-footer here. It's called a hinge cut, guys. See how I hinged it? That's what that's called, a hinge cut, okay? Voted most likely to be successful at cutting a whole truckload of firewood. We've still got all 4 bars. 4 bars? Yeah, all 4 bars of power. Let's do the echo. Gotta turn it on. This is a top-handled saw, guys, for pros, pretty much. Has a little hook on the back here, so you can turn the power off, lock it forward, and you can actually hang this from your tool belt, okay? If you're an arborist, a tree cutter, or something like that. We're gonna drop, this is another white oak right here. We'll go ahead and drop this little guy, see what we feel like. So turn power on, it flashes, saying it's not ready until I pull the chain brake, and let's just give her a try. Oh, daddy likey. Yeah. There we go. Let's just give this thing a couple cuts. This is, again, white oak right here, post oak white oak. Man, that felt good. Again, voted most likely. This is a limbing saw, okay? This is not a cut of firewood, a load of firewood saw. It's a limbing saw. So let's go down low and we'll cut this guy off down at the ground. Yeah, I like it. So far, the most impressed by the Milwaukee saw. Now let's take a log. We're actually gonna cut one that's a little bit larger. We're gonna put it on the back of the Pioneer, and we're just gonna cut. We're gonna cut. We're gonna do 3 cuts with each saw, and I'll tell you which one. You guys can be the judge. You tell me which one wins. So in my mind, these are limbing saws. These are not chainsaws for cutting a load of firewood. So we're gonna use them with this little oak limb. We're gonna do 3 cuts with each saw and let you decide which one. If money was no object, I know which one I would pick. However, money is an object, so let's get busy cutting. Steel GTA 26. We have full battery. Little boggy. Good for trimming Grandpa's apple trees out in the front yard, that's for sure. Very, very lightweight. So if weight is a consideration, it cuts like a champ, very lightweight. How long it'll stay sharp when you're cutting like this, the jury's out on that one. So next, let's go again with the Milwaukee hatchet. Here we go. Oh man. All right, you saw the difference in the 3 cuts. Again, this has the M18 XC 3.0 battery Milwaukee hatchet. If money was no object, you tell me which one you'd rather have, guys. Which saw is your choice? Next, we'll get rid of this log and we'll start cutting into the Big Daddy. First saw at the bat is this 14-inch Skill battery powered Battery has full bars right there and a good indicator. Here we go. We're gonna do 3 cuts. It's a beast. I like it. Good chain speed. Torquey, feels great. No tools required to tighten up your chain. Next saw is going to be our Echo 2500T, DCS 2500T. Here we go. 3 cuts. We're going to take the 2 finalists and go head to head in a minute. Whoops, she bogged. Like it. Lightweight, really fast, good speed, feels great, just feels awesome in your hands. You do need tools to adjust this, and you can see our chain. This is the first time this saw has been used. Our chain's a little bit loose on that. Still, full power. Next saw, we're gonna go, and I know this one's awesome. This is that fuel brushless chainsaw, and it is a beast. So let's go ahead and get to cutting on it. Man, very well balanced saw, feels really good, cuts really good. Chain speed is not as high as the Echo saw. A little bit heavier saw to work with, so much more robust. And again, we're locked out right there. Doesn't work. Onward and upward to the Toro. Here we go. Little slow to take off, got full bars of power, but you can feel when I squeeze the trigger, it doesn't immediately jump off. This would be my voted second best for cutting a full load of firewood so far. Battery still, we lost 1 bar battery right there. Next saw, the Stihl MS-140C. This is a consumer grade electric chainsaw, guys, and this is one of the first. So here we go. A little bog. You saw it. I don't have to tell you. It bogged down just a little bit. If I had to choose which saw, I don't think the MS-140C would be. I think you need to upgrade. I think you need to get the higher grade, the more pro saw model than this 140C. I think there's I'll post it down there in the comments what the upgrade from this is, but it just doesn't have the power. It doesn't have the torque. It cuts out quicker. In other words, when you mash down on it, it cuts out quicker. So, out of all the electric chainsaws, I'm gonna say the Milwaukee is probably the #1. The Stihl is probably #3. The Toro is probably #2. The Echo is in a world of its own. I don't even know how to judge the Echo. Let's do one more cut with the Echo. We'll do one more cut with each saw, and I'll tell you which one I think is the best saw for the job. Here we go. That thing is super torquey, guys. This is a top-handled saw. This is not made for cutting a truckload of wood. That is a beast. That's me mashing as hard as I can. That's a torque monster. Very, very peppy. Okay, one more time with the Stihl. Yeah, that's nice. Daddy likey. All right. Milwaukee. Yeah, all right, she feels good. And Toro, one more with the Toro. Toro wins the tortoise and the hare competition. It's just a little bit slower of a cut, guys. It does a fantastic job. I mashed down really, really hard with that Toro, and I have yet to be able to stop that chain from spinning. I can't say enough about the steel. And I mean the skill. I can't say enough about the skill. This one was really impressive for a very modestly priced saw. So I'll post a link to this guy and all these saws down in the video description. So if I had to choose, my first place saw for my handheld is definitely going to be the Milwaukee hatchet. Okay. I think we got a tie for first and second when it comes to the electric chainsaws. Almost a tie for first, second, and third. The Fuel from Milwaukee, if you're looking for battery consistency and you already have Milwaukee tools, this is a great tool. So far, so good. Awesome tool. Echo, I'm gonna give it a tie. The Echo, it just serves a different purpose than that big Milwaukee saw. Such a small saw, super easy, something to keep on the ATV for clearing trails and stuff all the time. Really lightweight. I really like this saw. So the Echo DCS 2500T. I'll post a link for it. The Toro, again, I'm gonna say it's a three-way tie between the Toro, the Milwaukee, and the Skill. If you have all Toro products, then Toro might be the one for you. Now, I promised you at the end of this video, we'd show you the Milwaukee pole saw. This is the Milwaukee Fuel pole saw. It has the XC 8.0 high output battery in it. And this is assemblable. In other words, you can take it down, put it in the back seat of your pickup truck or in a small bed for a side-by-side like this, and it goes back together super easy. So this is the pole saw portion. Just line up the arrows, squeeze the trigger, drops into place, snug that down, and we're ready to go with our pole saw. I've never used this pole saw. We're going to do a full-on pole saw comparison between Steel, Milwaukee, and every other pole saw I can get my hands on. So let's try this guy out. We'll give her a little trigger pull, see what you guys think. Got a heck of a reach on this thing, man. Gosh, it's like, I'm gonna say 8 feet or so. Don't have the specs in my hand. Feels good, feels really good. Let's just go on up here and we'll cut back some limbs that are overhanging real quick. So the pole saw, what we wanna do is we wanna cut under and then go back out and cut over. There we go. Oh, daddy, I like that very, very much. This is what hits the top of my tractor. If you've got a pond or an embankment and you need to cut off over the edge of the embankment, this critter is where it's at. Again, we'll do a full-on comparison between this one, the Steel, and the Toro in a future video, guys. I gotta get busy. Sun's going down. I got some trails to clear, and we'll see you guys in the next video here on the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel. Hope this helped you make an informed purchase decision for your chainsaw. I think it comes down to what you like, what you already have batteries for, and or what's super light and versatile versus what will cut a full load of wood. That Echo, super light and versatile. The Toro, the Milwaukee, and the Skill are awesome. I do know for a fact that you need a second battery for the Skill. It does eat batteries pretty quickly, and I ran out of battery the other day when I was cutting some hickory. Cool? Guys, thanks a lot for joining me here on the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel. We'll see you next time. I've got to get in the woods. All right. Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
It helps if you unlock the chain brake. Let's not get hung up there. This is why I've got my helmet on. Come on, buddy.